freshen up and get ready. A mid-year reset, stop holding yourself back. Let's go through my vision board. Minimalistic era. My full-time income. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So happy you are here. I wanted to film a little what am I filming? A mid-year reset video, because I did one at the start of the year and you guys loved it, where I talked through my vision board and how I'm kind of setting myself up for the year. Now that it is coming into July in a couple of days, or it is July today if you're watching this in real time. But I feel like I've had such a big transition in my life in the last month or so, as you guys have kind of seen if you listen to the podcast. You would know a bit more as well. And so I feel like I've really used June to take a step back from everything besides social media, as that is now my full-time income, which is just so crazy. And I'm so grateful that I was able to just fall back on that. And as much as it's been a goal for since I started, basically, it wasn't a planned transition at that point in time. It was always a goal, and I think it was definitely a scary moment where I was like, this is it, this is me going into full-time socials, which is just super exciting. And it's been such an incredible move, and to have my managers by my side and obviously all my friends and everything, it's been amazing and I've loved every minute of it. And yeah, so I feel like with that, and then coming into the second half of the year, I've really used June to set new intentions for the rest of this year, go through my goals, and yeah, try and figure out what I want the rest of this year, as my life has changed quite a lot. So I'm no longer teaching acro at this point in time. I am, as I said, full-time socials, and I definitely think I will get back into coaching at some point. I'm just kind of figuring out what direction I want to go down, how I want to do that. I do have my coaching page, and I'm just kind of figuring out what I want to do with that. And I've just allowed myself to be there's no rush. My acro knowledge will never go away, my passion for it will never go away. And so it was just I can take as much time as I need to just relax and figure out what direction I want to take it, what I want to do with it, and how I can further impact other athletes, and potentially not just in the dance acro gymnastics world, potentially wider than that, which is super exciting too. So really just giving myself the time for that, but then kind of how I'm setting myself up, how I'm cleansing, how I'm doing all the fun things. So first things first, my vision board. I needed to refresh my vision board, which is not quite finished yet. So if you haven't watched the video I did at the start of the year, I recommend going back, purely so you can see how I went about it, first of all, but secondly, what my vision board looked like, what my goals were going into 2024, and then you can come back and watch this, see how I've changed things, or see what is different going into the second half of this year. Also, if you see this band-aid, Jackson and I were play wrestling last night, and I went to shove him because he was leaning on me and it was hurting, and my nail just fully snapped. And I was like, why is it always me? He never gets injured or hurt. It's always me. Anyway, okay, so a few things I'm doing physically and externally to refresh for the new year. So the first thing I did was rearrange my room. I love doing it because it just makes me feel fresh and a sense of newness. So I rearranged my bed. I'm not going to show you right now because it's so messy, but just move my bed around. I started decluttering. Now we are moving house in approximately 2 to 3 months, potentially sooner. So I've started the process earlier of moving crap out of our house that we don't need and we're not going to take with us, because I am a hoarder and I like to hold on to things, and I'm just really entering my minimalistic era, because I'm sick of just having so much crap that we don't need, that we don't even use, and that I think is just a memory attached to it. So I've been doing that and trying to get rid of clothes and decor and just little things that I'm don't need that. So that was the first thing. Second thing, we rearranged our lounge room downstairs, again just for a refresh. Even though we are only here for a short period of time now, we just needed to change up the space downstairs. It's given us a bit more room. Probably not practical, but it works and it just feels cleaner for us and we love it. So that's been good. So definitely rearranging, cleaning, bringing in a new sense of inspiration and refresher to the house is a big thing for me. Journaling for sure, just really figuring out and asking yourself what you've done well for the first half of the year, what you're proud of, maybe some things you would change, or what you not really change or done differently, because it's done now, but almost just reflecting on it and being okay, what could I have done better? What do I want to do in the second half of the year? How do I want to feel for the second half of the year? Start looking in, you can use Pinterest or the internet to get up prompts for a refreshment of the second half of the year. So just really journaling and going as much as an external internal thing, like going internally and quizzing yourself and getting clear on the direction you're going to take for the second half of the year. Super important. What's another thing? I've been really trying to not like knuckle down on my like gym routine, but like have some sort of structure. I feel like it's been a little bit up and down with so much travel and me trying to like take the pace off it for the sake of my hormones and my health and stuff. But in saying that, I still want to have somewhat routine, and whether that's not like Monday gym, Tuesday Pilates, like it doesn't have to be like that, but it could just be like I want to do 3 gym, 3 Pilates. And each week can change if you're in like the very similar era to me, where it's like, you know, you're listening to your body. Each week ebbs and flows, it changes, but each week it's setting that goal, because you know, I don't want to set a goal of 5 gym a week and then in 2 weeks time I'm like getting my period, or I've got my period and I'm like, I don't want to train 5 times this week. So I really like to go up that week by week basis, but having the overall picture of moving my body, making sure I'm consistent, because you could do 5 one week, 3 the next, 2 the next, 6 the next, and that's still consistency. It's not like you're going for 3 weeks and then you don't go for 2 weeks. So I like to go week by week and really listen to my body, see how I'm feeling, and then move and plan accordingly. One thing I do want to do for, I guess, like myself and my business career is kind of set up a structure where, say, Thursdays is my money day. So where I have a meeting with myself, go through my finances, do all the back end stuff, and just make sure things are clean externally, but also up here in terms of like, yeah, finances, whether it's like bills, like your rent, your car payments, like, I don't know, reconciling, like doing all the things that we don't like to do, but like setting myself time for them. And especially for me, because I'm like, my close group of friends, we all work for ourselves and we all work from home, so it's so easy to be like, this day I'll do this and then tomorrow I'll do that, and then we don't have like a structure that you would have in a workplace, where it's like Mondays we have this, Tuesdays we have a team meeting, Wednesdays I'm a meeting with my boss. Like there is none of that. So it's like creating that structure for yourself, and I just would feel better if that was to happen. And then in terms of like internally, again, journaling is like a bit of a mixture, but like manifestation, meditations, activations, visualization. I've been using the Rise app by Georgie Stevenson. I'm actually going to put a link below for you. You can get a free week trial using this link, and yeah, it's so good. There's new content every 2 weeks, so it's like fresh, and I just gotta pick something on the day as to how I feel, what I need to hear. So some days that's a manifestation, and why I love them so much is because I don't love to just sit and meditate. I get distracted and bored. We're working on it, but I love to, when I'm walking, do a manifestation, or when I'm doing the groceries or cleaning the house, and it's like you really can just like get into that visualization, go into another world, but you're still doing something, if that makes sense. So that's why I love those, because they're not just like sit and lay meditations. They do have those, but it's a mixture, which is my favorite. I think that's all for now. Let's go through my vision board. So we've given her a cleanup, or a rearrange, I should say. So I'm gonna put my vision board here. So I hope I'll get it right. Basing it off the vision board I did at the start of the year, very similar. A few things have changed. We've taken out Bali. That's what I've taken out. I was meant to go like literally next week. Lily's in Thailand. We were actually going to go meet each other in Bali. Riley was going to be there. Annabelle's currently there. Riley's actually come home. Lily's in Thailand, and I just decided I don't want to go yet because I'm really working on my health, and the amount of people that have gotten sick over there, I'm like, not yet. Doesn't mean I don't want to go ever. Like I would love to go at the end of the year maybe, but we'll get into that. So we've taken that off for now. Home is still there, so we're looking for a new house. The biggest thing we want in our new house is brightness. This is my natural light. This is my bedroom. Stunning. Every other room in the house, no, don't love it. It's so dark. I talk about it probably too much, but it's getting to the point where I'm just like, nah, can't do it anymore. That's our biggest thing. And then space and storage, and just enough room for us to have like 1 or 2 office setups as we all work from home. So that is like obviously dream house vibes, but we're aiming big, okay? The stars will align. Then we've got this beautiful puppy, because I've talked about it for long enough and I'm doing it. I'm getting a puppy at the end of this year. We said at the end of this year, Jackson has said if we get an apartment, we're not getting one because he wants the dog to have a backyard, which I get and I agree with. But if we get a little cavoodle or groodle, they're tiny for the first year. We don't need a big backyard. I'm out all the time. I walk 1 or 2 a day. We all, like me and Lily, walk. Between us both, he will get enough outside time, but I understand. And I think we're really entering like our hosting era. So we would really love to have like a house, plenty of parking, parking, you know, plenty of space outdoor. I have an inspection coming up in a couple of days, and we've actually already applied for it, and it seems perfect from the photos. So we'll go and see. It's a little bit further from the beach than we are now, which we didn't want, but you can't have it all. We will have it all eventually, but maybe not right now. Then we've got balance. In perfect balance, mind, heart, and body. I just love that quote because my life at the moment is just all about balance. We are prioritizing balance as much as possible. Then we're coming over to like the business career side. So over here, we've got 12K subs on YouTube. YouTube, we are grinding, and weekly videos, potentially maybe, I do want to try and get 2 up a week, but it's just like the video ideas and the editing time, but definitely 1 a week. That's not going anywhere. Just pushing for those subs and that community. Then we've got events. I am just, you guys know, since LA, I've been just thriving off in-person connection. And I think since COVID, where everything went online, we're getting back into like, people want connection with people. They want to be out meeting people of like minds and similar industries and making friendships. So I really want to create a space where I can do that, and I can connect with or collaborate with other influencers or coaches or mentors to bring communities together to meet and provide them opportunities that we just haven't had in a long time, if ever. So that is such a big focus for me in this season of my life. This microphone here is, I guess, just assembling like public speaking, motivation speaking, whether that be at these like events, like wellness events, mindset events, or leading into athletes and guiding athletes as well. Got the podcast down here. My goal is still 750k downloads. Lily's is 550, I think. I think we're currently sitting at like 350 potentially, but we've just moved platforms, so now we actually don't think we can tell where we're at because the insights like don't come across, which is really frustrating, but we'll figure that out. Either way, that's my goal. And then down the bottom here, we have travel with Bub. Jackson has never been overseas. I obviously have traveled so much overseas. I've been to America this year, I did Europe last year, and then traveled heaps with Acro. I really want to take him overseas, and I would love to do something at the end of this year, even if it's just like a quick week trip somewhere, just for us two to switch off and spend some really good time together away from work and life and whatever. And like, we've never been on a holiday together. 4 years we've never been on holiday. We've done, like, we've gone to Queensland when we were living in Adelaide, we've gone to Adelaide, we've gone to Perth. That was always to see family. We've never done a holiday together, and so I'm so excited to take him over for the first time. Like, he's not like big on it because I'm like, you've never been, and as soon as you get off that plane, like, everyone I know who hasn't traveled their entire life and then they travel for the first time, they're like, it's a big wide world out there. I'm like, yeah, there's so much out there, and just like the inspiration, the motivation he will get from being over there, I know he'll love it. We're both very like sunshine, beach, outdoor, summer, holiday people, so it's just like finding the right place. But yeah, like I said, I'd love to do just like a little trip at the end of the year, somewhere nice, somewhere wholesome, and then plan to do a bigger trip at some stage working around football. So that is what my vision board is looking like, and that is just kind of my direction for this next 6 months. So obviously, you know, settling in a nice, beautiful home with Jackson and Lily. We are staying together. Oh, and of course I have clear skin up the top because, yeah, praying for clear skin. Thank you. The puppy, the home, obviously, and then the business side of it being like social media, of course, and then adding the events element to it, which also comes under like the podcast, like doing events for the podcast and stuff. So yes, this is my new and improved 2024 vision board, and I'm really, really excited. It's definitely lit a fire in my belly to like go ahead for the next 6 months of the year. If you can take anything from this video, redo your vision board and really just like set yourself up and get clear on what you want this next 6 months to look like, to feel like. I literally am just treating it like a new year. Like, I'm like, yeah, June 30th, I'm like, happy fucking new year. We're doing a big group dinner with all the girls and our boyfriends, and so I feel like we just want to go out, celebrate what this first half of the year has been. Cheers to the new year of the second half of 2024. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited, and I really just wanted this video to inspire you to like freshen up and get ready. Like, stop holding yourself back. If you feel like this first 6 months of the year you kind of sat in limbo or got a bit stagnant or slipped into some bad habits, it's time to now reflect on that, acknowledge it. Don't try and like push it under the rug and just move on. Like, acknowledge it. Okay, you know, I started slacking off in the gym or with my nutrition or whatever it is. Set some new new goals in each area. So for me, it's like we're meal prepping, we're ingredient prepping every single week. We are eating really well for the sake of my skin and my hormones and everything. I'm very happy in like my health department. Like I'm doing my acupuncture every single week, if not every second week. I'm doing my facials. I'm eating really well. I have such a good balance at the moment and I'm loving that. So my kind of focus is obviously to just keep that and then focus on like career, business, and obviously setting up in a new home. Yeah, I'm so excited, and I just wanted to give this video, it's short and sharp, probably, maybe not, because I can absolutely yappa. I love you guys, and I'm so excited to go into the second half of the year with you. I want you to comment below a goal that you're working on for the second half of this year, and let's chat in the comments below. I will see you guys in my next video. Love you. Happy New Year.